This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Good evening and welcome to Highclimbers Stadium on the campus of Shelton High School. I'm Diedrich Allen and you are watching the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Tonight is the season finale for the Shelton Highclimbers as they host the Mount Tahoma T-Birds. The Highclimbers are looking to end the 2017 campaign with a win after losing last week to Capital 49-17. The T-Birds have lost 8 games in a row, falling last week to Wilson 22-0. On average this season, Shelton has allowed just over 42 points per game, while scoring nearly 7 points a game. Highclimbers have been shut out 4 times this season, but scored the most points in a game last week, 17. Mount Tahoma allows nearly 30 points a game while scoring about 13. The T-Birds have been shut out twice, and the most they have scored in a game was 44 against Port Angeles to open the season. By the way, PA beat North Mason, which, as you know, knocked off Shelton in the season-opening Mason County Cup. The Highclimbers have won the last 4 games against Mount Tahoma by substantial margins. The closest game was their last meeting 2 years ago when the Climbers beat the T-Birds 24-6. Who will end the season on an up note? Shelton, who has yet to win this season, or Mount Tahoma, which has dropped 8 in a row? We'll find out in just a few minutes. Coming up on the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show, we have one more chat with Shelton coach Matt Hinkle. It's the 2017 high school football finale with the Mount Tahoma T-Birds at the Shelton Highclimbers next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected, and Maple Glen Senior Living, celebrating the art of life.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
It may not seem fast or close to you, but 100 times a day we leave our office and put ourselves only a door away. An average of 2 patrol cars are struck and 1 trooper injured every month. It's Washington law that you slow down or move over when you see emergency lights ahead. We ask that while we're out here getting you and your family home safe every night, you help us get home safe to our families. Slow down and move over.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen and Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Welcome back to the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. I'm Diedrich Allen. It is now time to talk with the coach. Yesterday I had a phone conversation with Shelton coach Matt Hinkle.
Little better performance, sort of, against Capital.
Well, in areas, I thought offensively the kids ran the ball well. Jason Kenyon had 125, I think, right around, and overall I think they rushed for 250 or so, which is a pretty good outing. We threw the ball kind of sporadically. I thought one big completion down to Anthony Bourne towards the end of the half was good, and a couple other throws were solid. Anthony had 4 catches, by the way, which is a pretty good night. But Evan Rhodes had a big 20-yard gain for a first down. But sporadic on throwing the ball, and we're attempting to be get something established and be as balanced as possible. So there were some glimmers of hope there. I thought overall, I think the kids got over 300 yards of offense, and there's some good spots there, especially that first drive. It was It was a long, sustained drive. I think it was 21 plays, which is pretty impressive. Ended in a field goal, but I would have liked to have a touchdown there. Anyway, that was a good drive, and overall, for the night, the kids ran the ball fairly well, and so offensively, I thought we did pretty good. Defensively, against the run, the kids shut down the run, but here's the big elephant in the room. We couldn't stop their pass, and their quarterback was a tall, rangy kid. And we knew coming in that they had a good receiver in number 3. I think his name's Penner. And we weren't able to slow him down. So they threw for a lot of yards, and the game, our second quarters are if we look at total points scored in the second quarter, we'd have a substantial amount given up. So let's get rid of the second quarter. I think we'd be faring a lot better.
Well, we'll put pretty much the whole season aside, and you look to Mount Tahoma tomorrow night. What do you know about these T-Birds?
First of all, it's weird. It's going to be a Thursday night game at 6 o'clock, and the reason behind that is because there's not enough officials out there that they had to spread them out for Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, apparently this week. So anybody out there listening that wants to become a football official, and now's your time. They need them. And the game's on Thursday, and what we know about Mount Tahoma, as we've always seen in Mount Tahoma, they've got athletes. They're a little bit undisciplined in spots, but if you don't play sound scheme-wise, then they can gash you. So that's a challenge, and we're kind of two mirror opposites, Diedrich, in the fact that we've got some kids that are fairly inexperienced and I'm not going to say non-athletic, but they're hard-working kids, and they're getting better. But we're better scheme-wise, and they're not as good scheme-wise. But they've got some kids that in space can cause you problems. So it'll be exciting to see which one comes out on top. It's an opportunity, obviously, a great opportunity, and we're hoping to win one in a row here.
So, is there any particular thing you're going to focus on as this is your last game of the season?
Just kind of appreciating the fact, and we said it all along, the kids are hard workers. We were challenged from a numbers aspect as well as an athleticism aspect. But I'll tell you what, the kids are, they were out there every day practicing. Where some years, it hasn't been like that. Where kids have dropped off for some reason or they've missed practice. These kids are workers, and they're it's hard to see at times, but they are getting better. And so we're going to hopefully end on a high note. We're not going to go out there and have some agenda as far as playing this kid or that kid. We'll compete and want to win the football game. Okay, man. You came out of last week pretty healthy? I think so. We get Troy Goodwin back. He sat out last game with some injuries and injury, and we get him back, and he's probably one of our top end athletes, and he's been a little bit injury prone this year, but we get him back, and we're happy about that. And the rest of the kids look pretty good. We got one kid out elk hunting, but we can't argue that because it's a family thing. We hate to see him not there, but he's out hopefully getting an elk or something, or a deer or whatever. But other than that, the kids look pretty good. So when we look into the future next year, how do you feel about next year's prospects? I haven't even looked at that. I just, we've got a lot of young kids, but the bittersweet thing of it is the fact that we got a small senior class. It's a good bunch of kids that you want to get them, just like as a parent, you want to get them as what they want, and we weren't able to. And you hate to see them go because they work so hard. So, I haven't even really thought about that. But the main task at hand, obviously, is picking up the one tomorrow night. Okay, Coach, I'll let you go. Thanks for the time. Thanks, Diedrich.
That's Shelton coach Matt Hinkle, his Highclimbers, looking for their first win still. And they wrap up the season against Mount Tahoma next. The Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show continues on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa.
Well, that's very interesting. Lost my feed there. Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 is our main sponsor for our pregame show here at Maple Glen Senior Living. You can see that the coin toss is underway here. I'm Diedrich Allen, working by myself tonight, except for Eris. She's my camera lady tonight. So we'll muddle through in the cold and give you the best possible broadcast we can. All right. See the last minute instructions you did hear from Coach Hinkle that Troy Goodwin will be playing. I see him down there, and number 21. He's got a red shirt on underneath his jersey. And we'll see how he performs after having a week off from a concussion. I believe that's what the his injury was early on, not earlier. So we'll see how the Highclimbers perform as we're waiting to see what the outcome of the coin toss is. And Mount Tahoma's coming out. They'll be wearing white jerseys with the maroon pants and the maroon helmets. Highclimbers in all black, the white letters. And I didn't see what happened. I guess the Highclimbers have won the coin toss, and as usual, they do defer, I believe. Yes, they do. So that's what we'll get to here tonight. The Highclimbers will be kicking off to a very athletic and speedy team, although the T-Birds are 1-8 on the season. And their only win came against Port Angeles, which if you go back to the first game of the season, the T-Birds did, I'm sorry, Port Angeles did beat North Mason. North Mason beat, yeah, you can all you can figure that out. But we have the national anthem.
The participants of the color guard are Cadet Sirius James, Cadet Stephen Bonzi, Cadet Noah Sandy, and Cadet Emma Gordon. The participants for the flag detail are Cadet Jimmy Monier and Cadet Raven Cox. Our national anthem tonight will be performed by our Highclimber Marching Band under the direction of Band Director John Rance.
Shelton High School marching band with the performance there. So wait for the colors to retire.
Thank you. Great job by our ROTC color guard, and I may have missed a name on that. Looks like Cadet Ensign is our
All right,
cadet,
we're
so
ready to get this thing underway. Okay, somewhere around here at the right. There it is. We're ready to get this thing underway. Hold on a second here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Of course, we have to have technical difficulties in the last game of the season here. All right, not the one I wanted. Huh, interesting. All right, we'll get our clock up as soon as we possibly can, but with El Sanchez on, we're going to kick it off. And back deep, you have number 2, Malik Pate. And number 5, I believe, that's Joshua Pinn. Or is it 9? It's 9, Zion Harris. Back deep to pick this, get this thing underway. There we go. There we go. Now we're ready to get this thing underway. Wind coming in from the south. Got a little bite to it. Or at least it's whipping around from the south. At least here in the tunnel. There's the kickoff. It is short. It's picked up about the 30. And trying to get around the outside and doing a good job on the return. Big number 51, Nick Maeva. He is 6'1" and 260. He's a senior. Gets it up near midfield where the T-Birds will start out there. On the 49, 1st and 10. A few more people have filed in here than we had about a half hour ago. So let's see what the T-Birds will bring to the table here as they're starting near our hash mark. Out of the pistol, it looks like. And it'll be Carl Burnett at the quarterback, I believe. Man in motion. That's Washington. Back to pass he goes. Looking in the middle, he's going to challenge him right away. And just off the hands of the intended target. That was number 6, Clay Kavar. Incomplete, 2nd and 10 coming for the T-Birds. Burnett, by the way, 5'9", 155. He's a junior. The QB spot for the T-Birds. 2nd and 10 from the 49 for Tahoma. First possession of the ball game. We have an early start because this is a school night. It's Thursday night. Burnett will go out of the pistol again. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Handoff, nice defense. Who was that? That's going to be JJ Ekiwa Torres. Blast. Well, we didn't. Maybe not. Let's see. We got a 84 out there. We've actually got that was Danny Mendola Lopez on the tackle. So actually JJ, as I've called him Eki for most of the season, and I was told that let's get his name right, and I'm going to try today. So, out of the pistol again, we'll go Burnett. Going to throw over the middle into a double coverage, intended again for Kavar, incomplete, and that brings up fourth down. Fourth and 14, excuse me. Ball back at the 46, and it's a punting situation for the T-Birds. And they are going to send, it looks like Jake Myers back. Well, he's the furthest back. Highclimbers are not going to believe they're going to punt it, and they do punt it. It's a end over end spiraling punt that's going to hit at the 33, bounce to the 30, take a roll inside the 30 to the 29, and it'll be down there by Zion Harris, and that's where the Highclimbers will start out their first possession of the ball game at the 28, first and 10. Meyer is going to be the QB. He'll send 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. That's Dylan Coots. 3 receivers are going to go, let's see. I think it's Boren. Oh, blasted in there. Boren, Colvinson, and Kenyon with the wideouts there, and a 5-yard penalty as a T-Bird blast through there before the count, before the snap. That is obviously an offsides. And a penalty. First one of the ball game, and goes on the T-Birds. It'll be first and 5. Ball's up at the 33. 33. Out of the gun. Same formation. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson looked to the outside, cut it back up the middle, and he gets probably close to 3-4 yards. Bring up second and short coming for the Highclimbers on their first possession. It's like second and 1. And we have a official timeout here. I don't see how that can be anywhere close to the first down, but we'll see. I can be wrong. They're going to measure it. Gets the ball's at the 42 and a half or so. Or I'm sorry, the 38. I'm going backwards here. All right, so they'll stretch it out, see if we have a first down or not. Of course, the refereeing crew is blocking our view. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be short by about a yard, or half of a yard. So it'll be second and we'll call it 1. The ball will be at the 32. Highclimbers need to get to the 33 for the first down, as you see right there. Okay. So second down coming for the Highclimbers. Meyer will go under center and out of the eye. It looks like Evan Rhodes at the dot of the eye. Max Johnson, the up man. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. The near side receiver is Coots. It'll hand off to Rhodes. Rhodes will get around the left side and get way more than he needed for the first down. To the 41, it'll be first and 10 from there. And so it's first and 10 from the 41 for the Highclimbers. Their first possession of the ball game. Out of the gun will go Meyer. He has Johnson a step ahead of him and to his right. Back to pass on the rollout. He's going to tuck it down and run with it. Get 5 yards, maybe even 6 across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So it's the second and 5 coming for the Highclimbers. So Meyer will go under center again out of that offset eye. Got 2 receivers near side. Lester and Colvinson. 1 receiver to the far side. A pitch to Rhodes. Rhodes on the sweep, looking for some running room. Gets a block, and he's going to get the first down. Nope, he's not. He's going to stay stepped out to just shy of the 50 at the 49, and that is a 3-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and short. It's like about 2. And spotted at the 49. Need to get to the 49 of Mount Tahoma for the first down. .9:21 to go, first quarter action, no score. Shelton's first possession. Under center will go Trevor Meyer. He's got 2 receivers far side, 1 on the near side out of the eye. Pitch this time to Jason Kenyon, looking around the edge. Got a lot of running room to the first, to the 50, to the 45, and in near the 40. Called the 41, 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers. That was a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Clock is running, 9:14 and counting. Max Johnson will come in. Ikiwa Torres is out. Offset eye again. Rhodes at the dot of the eye. Colvinson in the slot, Coots to the wide to the near side. Faked and a quick handoff to Johnson. Johnson spins his way to the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup. Second down and 4 coming for the Highclimbers. Into T-Bird territory, 8:34 to go here, first quarter action. Highclimbers' first possession, the T-Birds, actually the Highclimbers did win the toss and deferred. T-Birds' possession, they went 3 and out. And here's the Highclimbers on the march. Handoff this time to Rhodes. Rhodes stutter steps, makes his way out to the outside, working the right side, gets a first down to the 30, still fighting inside the 30 to about the 27, depending on the spot. Call to 27. And an 8-yard pickup, 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers. Hash mark far side on the grass field. This field is in excellent condition for this time of year. Haven't had the rain that we usually have. Approaching 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Meyer under center out of the eye. Receiver on each side. Little play action to Kenyon. He's on the rollout. He's going to set his feet. He's going to tuck it in now, and he's going to run it back to the line of scrimmage. And a late flag on that. He might have got 1, but it does to figure out what the flag is all about. Referees do conference. They're still conferencing here, but clock is stopped at 7:51 to go, first quarter. They're going to pick up the flag. No penalty on that play. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10, no gain on the run. Oh, actually, it looks like he got 1. I'm going to call it 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun will go Meyer. 2 receivers on each side. Is that Max Johnson beside him? Man in motion, that is Rhodes. Rhodes will take the swing, or take the pass and try to get around the edge. Can't find the corner, and he's pulled down. A nice defensive play by Fuega. Manua Fuega with a good play there, and a loss of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 11. Thanks for joining us here on Amazing Web TV, powered by HCC. You're nice and toasty warm in your homes. And it's a little chilly out here tonight. Under center will go Meyer out of the I. Hand it off to Rhodes. No, it's a little fake. He's going to dump it off to Johnson. Johnson powers his way to the 20. Still on his feet. Give him a couple more yards fighting for that first down yardage. I don't think he made it. Came pretty close inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. I think he needed the 16. And let's see what the referee says here. I think it's going to be 4th down and short. Spot the ball at the 18-yard line. Needed 11, got 10 on that run. It's 4th and 1 for the Highclimbers. They're going to go for it. Meyer will go under center. Evan Rhodes at the dot of the I. Max Johnson, the up man, 2 receivers, far side, 1 to the near. And the T-Birds jumped. It's going to be 5 yards and penalty, and that will put the ball at the 13-yard line, their first down. Highclimbers still in business here. 1st and 10 now. On the 13-yard line. Meyer goes back under center. Out of the I. Rhodes at the end of the I. Johnson, the up man. Hand off to Rhodes. Rhodes took a step to the middle, then took a step to the right. He's still fighting inside the 10. Oh boy, is he fighting down near the 6-yard line. Quite a run for Evan Rhodes. Call it the 7. That was a hard fought 7 yards, I think. 2nd and 3. Actually called the 6. Again out of the I. Colbinson and Boren wide to the far side. Coots to the near side. Rhodes again at the dot of the I. Hand off to him straight up the middle. Finds his way inside the 5 near the goal line. He didn't quite get in. It's down to the 1. Another first down, though. 1st and goal, I believe. Am I right or no? I'm wrong. No, I'm right. I got it. Be 1st and goal from the 1. Meyer will go under center. Out of the I. Receiver on the wide side. That's Boren. The near side, that's Lester. Rhodes again. Pitch to him. Got some running room. He'll just walk his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Highclimbers. And the Highclimbers strike first. Clock goes off every time they do that touchdown. Waiting for it to come back. I didn't see what the time was. 5:18 in the first. .68-yard drive. And looks like the Highclimbers might go for 2 on this one. Rhodes will trot off. The refereeing crew is talking with the T-Bird lineup here. I'm not sure why. Was there a penalty on the ball? There was a hold on the play. Actually, there was no touchdown. I'm sorry. Not a touchdown. So it's actually take that TD off the board. That's too bad. And Mount Tahoma will take a timeout. So we'll do the same. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Back at Highclimbers Stadium. 5:18 to go here in the first quarter. It's a first and a goal for the Highclimbers on the Mount Tahoma 10-yard line. The Evan Rhodes didn't make it into the end zone, but it was negated by a holding penalty. So the Highclimbers get to do it again, but this time from the 10-yard line instead of the 1. That was the first penalty on the Highclimbers. There's been 2 penalties in this ball game. I'm sorry, 3 penalties in the ball game, 2 on Mount Tahoma and 1 on the Highclimbers. Meyer will go under center and out of the eye. Jason Kenyon at the end of the eye. Receiver on each side. Coots near side, and it looks like it's a handoff to Jason Kenyon. He'll fight his way near the 5. Call it the 6 and a 4-yard pickup, and there's a foul, or sorry, a flag at the end of the play. Oh, and a penalty on Mount Tahoma. That'll be half the distance and a first down. So that should be to the 3. So it'll be first and goal now for the Highclimbers on the 3. Bourne and Coldenson will go wide to the far side. Coots is to the near side. Under center will go Meyer. And behind him is Johnson and Rhodes. Meyer will pitch it to Rhodes. Rhodes got some running room. He'll dive into the end zone for the 1-yard TD. Is there a signal? Now we've got it. So there is a 3-yard TD run by Evan Rhodes. And it's at the 4:57 mark of the first. Now Del Sancho will be on there to kick the point after. And limited attempts, actually. Del Sancho has been pretty accurate. I think he had 1 blocked, if memory serves. There's a snap, spot, kick. Oh, I spoke too soon. That is no good. So Shelton leads 6-0. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. We'll be right back.
Emerging science indicates access to high-speed internet during the school years can lead to positive outcomes, including, but not limited to, streamlined acquisition of data, academic achievement, career advancement, satisfying relationships, cuter children, joy. Our scientific conclusion? Call now and get the HCC Internet and Voice Bundle for the everyday low price of $44.95. Call today and save.
Back at Highclimber Stadium. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Shelton strikes first on their first possession, marching 68 yards. Rain has began to fall here, although it seems really, really cold. And you can see the moon in the just above the tree line. Actually, just below the tree line. And there's rain coming down hard right at the moment. Del Sancho will tee it up at the 40. You've got Harris and Pate back deep for the T-Birds. And if you remember the opening kickoff, it was kicked short and returned by Maeva. About, let's see here, it was about 20 yards on the return, and it was kicked short. Now let's see what Del Sancho will do this time as the rain comes down. There's a run up and the boot. Yeah, this one's really short. Ball's free, picked up by one of the other big up men, number 78. That is Fuega. He's 6'5" and 310. Is he 6'5" or 6 foot? 6'5". Not much of a return. T-Birds will start out on their own 40-yard line. First and 10 for Mount Tahoma, their second possession of the ball game. That is really coming down. I don't know if you can see it really on the screen. Not really. But it's coming down. It is very heavy.
So out of the gun. And it's a handoff, and this is Pate running. Pate was just smothered under by a combination of Jake Meyer and Evan Rhodes, but I believe there's a flag on the play as well. Right at the 40. And they discuss it as the rain is coming straight down. I'm glad I'm up here, not down there. And you're probably glad you're at home. It's nice and warm. There is a illegal use of the hands at the face, likely, or hold on the T-Birds. And I'll march them back 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 now. Put the ball back at the 30-yard line. All right. So Burnett will go out of the pistol this time. Pate's the back behind him. The guy beside him is Teo. The pitch to Pate. Pate trying to get around the edge this time. He's going to get 5, 6 yards maybe. And a host of Highclimbers just knocked him out of bounds. And I think they're going to actually give him closer to 8 yards on that, depending on the smart. Up to the 38. 2nd and 12. And this is very interesting that the rain is kind of swirling on the field. You can't quite see it until you look at the lights. So 2nd and 12. Ball's at the 38-yard line. Need to get to midfield for the first down to the T-Birds. Burnett directing some traffic. Same formation with the receiver, actually 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Back to pass goes Burnett. He's going to lob one in there and knocking away at the last minute. And it's going to be Cody Hall knocking that one away. Brings up 3rd and 12 coming. .4:10 to go first quarter. 6-0. Shelton with the lead. Not Tahoma with the ball. They're actually going to place the ball a little bit further back than originally, so it's been closer to the 38 than the 37. Burnett will go out of the pistol again. Near receiver is Kavar. 3 receivers to far side. Pate's the nearest to the line of scrimmage. Ball's going to go long. Nice coverage. Almost pulled down by number 83, and that's McIntosh. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 12 for the T-Birds, and I think it's a punting situation again. Jake Meyer will be the back, to go back. Doing the kicking for the T-Birds is Manua Fuaga. And again, they're going to leave a little bobble on the snap. Low kick that the Highclimbers are going to let bounce to the inside the 40. It's going to spin to about the 37. And that's where the Highclimbers will take over. And they'll start on the 37-yard line. 3:56 to go here in the first quarter. As you can see, the rain there is coming down pretty heavy out there.
1st and 10 Highclimbers from the 37-yard line.
3 receivers on the near side. It's Coots, Colbinson, and Goodwin. It looks like, or is it Kenyon? It's Kenyon. Dump off in the middle, actually. Intended for Boren, off his hands, incomplete. Was Kenyon. Evan Rhodes will come into the huddle. Meyer still the quarterback. He's been QBing for the second half of the season. 2nd and 10 for the Highclimbers on their own 37. Coots come wide to the near side. Colbinson and Boren wide to the far side. Offset I. Rhodes at the dot of the I. He'll get the pitch going to the right. Slips by one tackler, and he's run out of bounds near the 40-yard line. And brings up 3rd, and it looks like 8 at the 40. Kenyon back in, along with Akiwa Torres. I will get it right before the night is done. Out of the I again. Handoff goes to Kenyon. Kenyon trying to find some running room. Manages to escort out the right side for a couple. Let's get, it's like 2, maybe even 3, depending on where they're going to spot it. At the 38, or the 43, excuse me. So 3 yards, and it's 4th down. De La Sanchez out there to punt it away. Pull back. De La Sanchez gets a beauty off. It's going to drive number 3 to the 15, and he's going to retreat, avoiding one tackler, and then he's going to get around the outside to the 20, 25, steps out of bounds. That is Thomas Washington on the return from the 15 to the, let's see, the 27. That'd be 13 yards. Now Tahoma with the 1st and 10 coming on the 27. 2:18 to go, first quarter. 6-0 Shelton. They took their first possession, 68 yards to pay dirt. And now Tahoma is having their 3rd possession here in the ballgame. Got a big line there. You just see how big these gentlemen are. Burnett will go out of the pistol. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. There's a snap, handed off. That is Pate. Pate will scamper near midfield before he's pulled down. I think Colbinson's the first guy to haul him down. Well, actually, he's still on his feet up to the 48 of Shelton. So that's 24 yards on the pickup. Is that right? Yeah, 24 yards on the pickup. So that's a first down. That's the first down for the T-Birds. Pate is 5'10", 170. He looks a lot smaller than that from here. Burnett will go out of the pistol. 3 receivers to the near side. A little high on the snap. Handoff to Pate. Pate jukes and jives and dives to near the 45 and a 4-yard pickup. Is it Lewis? Ball's at the 45. Numbers might have changed from what I have into what's being announced here. Handoff again to Pate. Pate looks for some running room around the left side. Be 3rd down now at the 43 of the Highclimbers. 3rd down and 3. High snap, handled well. Ball's free. Ball squirts out of the hands of Meyer. Goes right to Burnett. Burnett's going to be swallowed under by the Highclimbers, though. Brings up 4th down. Loss on that play back to the 45. on the near fumble there, or the fumble. It was nearly picked up by the Highclimbers. So it's 4th and about 6 for the T-Birds. 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. Will they get off another play? Out of the pistol again, they won't get one off. That'll be the end of the quarter. So we'll take a timeout. 6-0, Shelton leads. Mount Tahoma has a 4th and 5. When we come back for the second quarter, this is Mason TV, powered by HCC.
If you are interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Tuesday, you can watch the Mason County Commission. These live broadcasts air at 9 a.m., except on the 4th Tuesday of a month when the County Commission meets at 6 p.m. You can also watch the County Commissioners online at your leisure or tune into a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only place to find this type of in-depth coverage.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
Waiting for the start of the second quarter. It is 4th and 5 for the T-Birds. They've got to get everything figured out. It's on the 45. They've got the markers on the far side in the wrong position. They got to move the... Now it's at the 45, guys. They're going to figure it out one way or another. Rain is coming down pretty hard out there. Waiting for the... So here we go. 4th and 5 for the T-Birds. At the 45, Shelton. Burnell handed off to Pate. Pate looking for some running room. Can't get there. Knocking him out. Knocking him down is Jake Myers. And that'll go over on downs. So the Highclimbers will take over at their own 45-yard line. We are 6 seconds into the second quarter. The rain started coming down about midway through the first, and it's coming down pretty hard right now. Meyer goes under center with an offset eye. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. That's Coots. It's Bourne and Colemanson. Pitch, though, goes to Kenyon. Jason Kenyon got a lot of running room. Into the 4, inside the 40, 35. To fighting his way inside the 30. Still got his feet running to the 26-yard line, and a flag at the end of the play. So tack on and more at that. So they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 25, plus the penalty. The 25-yard scramble, power run, I should say, by Jason Kenyon. And a personal foul on the T-Birds. So the penalty will put them down, let's see here, from the 25. Add 15 to that usually. Let's see what they end up doing here. Actually, no, it's a 30-yard run. That's right. It is a 30-yard run. They're going to mark the penalty off and put it at the 13. That'll be half the distance. So 1st and 10 for Shelton on their the T-Bird 13-yard line. Meyer will go under center with an offset eye. Bourne on the near side. Colbinson and Coots on the far side. Running back is Rhodes. Rhodes kind of twitched there, and that'll be a false start. Puts it back at the 18. So I'll bring up first and 15 for Shelton. Kenyon will come back in. Rhodes will get a little rest. 11:41 to go here, second quarter. Shelton, first and 15 from the 18-yard line of Mount Tahoma. Out of the gun will go Meyer. He's got two receivers on each side, and Kenyon in the backfield with him. Max Johnson, a bad snap. The ball is free, and Mount Tahoma may have came up with it, but there's also a flag on the play. See if they'll how they'll sort this one out. It'll be a false start, so it'll be back another 5 yards. So we're going to go first and 20 from the 22. That was a break on the Highclimbers because it looked like they might have lost that fumble. But first and 20 for Shelton on the Mount Tahoma 23-yard line, actually. Meyer goes under center, hands it off to Rhodes. Rhodes straight up the middle, banging bodies inside the 20, still on his feet, trying to fight for extra yardage. Pulled down by number 44. On my sheet, that's Sonny Teo. About a 3-yard pickup for Rhodes. Second down and about 17. Do the math. All right, out of the eye will go Meyer. Johnson and Kenyon behind him. Two receivers far side. One of the near side is Boren. Fumble again on the exchange, and it'll go over to the T-Birds. Cameron Jackson's the one that ended up with the football for the T-Birds. So Mount Tahoma take over on the 22. First and 10 for Mount Tahoma, trailing 6-0. 10:46 to go in the second quarter. Look like we have a different QB. Man in motion is going to be Washington. He'll take the handoff and dive forward for a couple of yards. Looks like possibly 3. No, still number 11, Carl Burnett. I got different numbers than what's being announced here, so no, it's Washington. Yeah, Thomas Washington on the carry. So brings up second down, 7. From the 25-yard line. Burnett will send 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and go out of the pistol. A little high on the snap, handoff. Nope, the keeper. He'll just dump it off. Complete to Washington. Washington will be smothered under right there. We got Trevor Meyer on the tackle along with Jason Kenyon, short gain up to the 31. Brings up third down and about 2. And we have an injured T-Bird down. Can't see who that is. As they tend to the injured player, we'll take another break. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
When you need us,
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down
and move over.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Injured player was Thomas Washington. He was carried off the field. But it'll be third and a couple for the T-Birds. By my count, Malik Pate will be the running back, along with Burnett and a late man coming out. 9:55 to go here in the half. Burnett will go out of the pistol again. They'll wind that clock. 2 receivers on each side. Man in motion. And off to Pate, and Pate will be just, no, wait a minute. Burnett's got the ball. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Burnett's still running with it, and they're going to say it was down in the backfield, and maybe a fumble. I'm not really sure what happened here. We're going to get a redo here? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what happened there. It looked like the handoff was to Pate and might have fumbled it. It'll be interesting to watch that play go. So what are we going to do here, guys? Okay. They're going to move the ball up to the 45. And I guess it'll be a first down and 10 from the 45. I don't even know what happened there. So the drive continues for Mount Tahoma with a first and 10 on the 45. 9:38 to go here, second quarter. Two receivers on each side for Burnett and the T-Bird Company. And he's going to dump it off, complete, and tackled immediately. Can't even see who was that. I think on the tackle was Rhodes, but the man who received it, I think it's Kavar. No, it's Harris, I believe. I don't know who got that. It was a 6-yard pickup to the 49. Second down and 4 from the Highclimber 49 now. Pistol formation, 3 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Little delayed handoff, and Pate will dance around before he's going to be struggling or powering up for a first down, and then flags go flying at the end of that play. It'll be interesting to see this one. It's getting a little chippy out there, I think. Some late hits on both sides. Now the PA is saying that number 2 is Lewis. I'm saying it's Pate. Let me take a look here. Yeah, it is Lewis. Okay. So I've been wrong all the time. So it's Trevino Lewis, 5'7", 150. That sounds about right. They work out this penalty at the end of the play. And a personal foul on both teams, it looks like. And it'll be offsetting. And they'll mark the play where the runner ended. So that'll be a first and 10 for Mount Tahoma on the Highclimber 43. .8:46 to go here. Second quarter action, 6-0 Shelton, Mount Tahoma. trying to capitalize on a fumble recovery. They started on their own 22-yard line. Hunter will go out of the pistol. He'll send 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. And Lewis is the running back behind him. His jersey is the dirtiest, or the dimmest, or dingiest, because he's probably the guy he's been taking all the carries here. Back to pass will go Burnett. He's going to go long to the far side, and they overthrew everybody, incomplete. Colbinson on the coverage, and looks like it was Colby Kavar, the intended target. So it brings up 2nd and 10 from the 43. $8:33 to go here in the half. Early start tonight because it is a Thursday night football, school night. Burnett will send 3 to the near side and 1 to the far side. Hand it off and met right there is Lewis. First guy there, Caesar Tankersley, busted that play up. The loss on the play. Back at the 47. That brings up 3rd down and about 14. Lots of 4 on the play. Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the half. Rain continues to fall. Started about midway through the first quarter, and it hasn't let up much. Back to pass goes Burnett. He's going to throw to the far side again. Overthrows intended target. Looks like number 19. That is Gavin Rohr. And that brings up 4th down. You can stay here for half. Don't worry about going down there. So 4th down coming for the T-Birds on the Shelton 47. Looks like the Mount Tahoma's going to go for it. 7:40 to go here. Burnett will send 3 receivers on this near side, 1 on the far side, and Lewis is the back behind him. Snap on target. He's going to be sacked down back at the 40-yard line. And the guy who got to him first, Noah Manu, big loss there. And over on downs it'll go, and the Highclimbers have excellent field position, and they'll spot the ball with forward progress. Burnett up to the, was it 42-yard line? Like the 42, we'll call it 42. 1st and 10 for Shelton as the rain comes down a little harder. I formation, Meyer under center, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Handoff, inside handoff. I think that is going to be, thinking that was Kenyon on the run. Yes, it was. Gets 2. Be 2nd and 8. Actually, it'll be 2nd and 9. Only 1 yard on the carry. Meyer will go out of the gun. Send a receiver on the far side. 2 on the near side. Man in motion is Johnson. Handoff out of the shotgun to Rhodes, I believe. Rhodes gets inside the 40. Lost the ball at the end of the play. They called him down. Was it Rhodes on the carry? Yes, it was. Rhodes on the carry. And I can say he got up to the 38-yard line. 3-yard pickup there. And brings up 3rd and 6. And the rain is just continuing to fall. Kiwa Torres is in the ball game. He will be the fullback. Meyer is going to go under center. It's offset to the near side. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Rhodes is at the end of the eye. Pitches to him, excuse me. And he's trying to look for some running room. Avoids 1 tackler, but slowed him down enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there. Might have lost a yard on that. No, that doesn't look like. Brings up 4th down. And De La Sanchez on to kick it back to the T-Birds. The gunners are going to be Colbinson, and it'll be Kenyon, and De La Sanchez is going to put off a nice high one that's going to hit at the 10, take a high climber bounce. They'll let it roll to the 5, and that's where they're down it. Now Tahoma will start deep in their own territory. Looks back at their own 5. $95 yards to go for Mount Tahoma, the T-Birds. Taking a trip from Tacoma to play this game in Shelton for the wrap up the season. High Climbers looking for the first win. Mount Tahoma hasn't won since the opening game. And we have a flag before Mount Tahoma took the field. It's got to be a delay of game at this point. Oh, it's a sideline warning on Mount Tahoma. So 5:24 to go here in the half. 6-0 Shelton. Mount Tahoma starting out on their own 5-yard line. Looks like Burnett's going to go under center. He's got 2 backs behind him, and this is an I formation. And we have a couple of jumping players there. It's going to be a false start, so half the distance. Back inside the 5 to about the 2.5. So 97 yards the T-Birds have to go, and they have 5 minutes and 25 seconds to do so. Out of the eye again, Burnett under center. It's the first time we've seen that. At the end of the eye is going to be Lewis. Back to pass goes Burnett. He's going to throw it far, and his receiver was looking back, but the ball was in front of him. His intended target was Zion Harris, and that brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 3. It's a smart idea. The High Climbers haven't seen the T-Birds in that formation in this ball game. Would expect a run at this point, and he just launched it down the far sidelines and just overthrew everybody, and I don't think Harris even knew it was coming. He looked back, and the ball was nearly to him, but it was 5 yards ahead of him. Again, out of the eye. Handoff this time goes to Lewis. Lewis spinning. He might have got to the 5. Driven back into the end zone. Give him a couple yards on that hard-fought carry. Actually, that puts it back at the 5. So now it's 3rd and 10. It was 2nd and 12. Now it's 3rd and 10. Very close to 10. Might even be 11, depending on where they spot the ball. Looks like it's just shy of the 5. Burnett will go back under center, out of the eye. Harris is wide to the near side. Handoff again to Lewis. Lewis scampers sideways. Can't find any running room. The High Climbers cover him up after a 1-yard gain, it looks like. Give him a yard on that. Brings up 4th and 9. And a punting that situation for the T-Birds is Fuega is on to kick it out of his own end zone. Clock is running with 4:13, actually 4:10 now. High Climbers look like they're going to go after this. They're not sending anybody back, but what do we have is a timeout by Shelton. We'll take it. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Other TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract. Then you're stuck with years of second-rate service. Hood Canal Communications delivers stunning HD, plus bundled savings on super-fast internet and home phone, with no long-term contracts. It's all backed by an exceptional team of local service professionals. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a contract. Visit hcc.net to learn more.
4:06 to go here in the half. In the half. It'll be 4th and 9 from the Mount Tahoma 6-yard line. Troy Goodwin will go back and stand around his 35 to receive this punt from the T-Birds. And Goodwin's going to come up closer. Fuega will be doing the kicking from about 5 yards deep in his end zone. There's a snap. Highclimbers penetrate. Nice high punt that the Highclimbers will let hit outside the 40, and that'll take a T-bird bounce all the way back into the 43 of Shelton. So the Highclimbers will take over there with the 1st and 10 on their own 43. Under 4 minutes to go here in the half. 3:58. See what the Highclimbers can do with this. They punted the last time, lost a fumble, punted the time before, and they got their touchdown on their first possession. Meyer will go out of the eye and under center. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Goodwin is in the ball game. He's at the dot of the eye. No, actually, that is Kenyon. Kenyon takes the pitch, trying to go to the left. Looking for some running room, gets up to the 45, possibly? 46. Give them 3 on the carry. 2nd down and 7. Kenyon will get a rest. And Rose was going to trot off too. Let's see here. Meyer will go out of the gun. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson tried to go to the right, cut it back up the middle, and got a couple more. Brings up 3rd. And looks like it might be 5. At the 48 now. The rain has let up quite a bit here. Still falling. It's still raining out there, but it's lightened up a bit. 2:35 here in half. High formation, Rhodes at the dot of the eye. Little play action. Meyer on the rollout. Got a guy down there. Oh, he lost the handle on the ball. He's going to pick it up. He's going to try to run with it. And he's going to lose. Oh, it looks like 7 yards on that.
Lost 4 yards
I'm going to call a loss of 4. It'll be 4th and 9 from the 44. So we got Lewis back deep, along with, it looks like Kavar. Now Sancha will be doing the kicking. Low snap. Oh, boy, he gets that one away under some pressure. Ball will hit at the 32 or 3 and go sideways, and it'll be down there. But Cody Hall.
It's about a 25-yard kick after a good rush by the Thunderbirds there, and then Mount Tahoma will take over
And T-Birds will get the ball on their 33-yard line. Well, they're actually going to make it 34.
As we get close to halftime here, just a reminder.
So a minute 28 on the half.
Dance team performing at halftime.
We do have some, I guess we're going to have some performances here at halftime. That's coming up in a minute 28 of game time. 6-0 Shelton, Mount Tahoma with the ball now. They have a 1st and 10 at their own 34. Is that Burnett still in that QB? He's got 3 receivers to the far side and an empty backfield. Burnett will throw over the middle. Got a guy wide open, but it's off his hands, incomplete. Intended target there was McIntosh. Just went off his hands, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 34. 1:22 to go in the half now. Still raining here at Highclimbers Stadium, but not like it was earlier. Burnett will go out of the gun. He's got the 3 receivers on the far side and 2 to the near side in an empty backfield. Quick little dump off. Oh, knocked away. Good defense. I think that was Jake Myers. Nope, it was Manu. Knocked off to Roar. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Looked like Noah Manu on the coverage for the Highclimbers.
So 3rd down coming for the T-Birds with a minute 19 to go here in the half.
10 yards to go. Ball still at the 32-yard line there. Sorry, 34-yard line.
34-yard line is where the ball is spotted. Hash mark near side. 3 receivers to the far side. Man in motion, that's Lewis. He'll take the handoff from Burnett. Try to get around the edge. Cut it back up the middle. Slipped by 2 tacklers. Try to break one, but couldn't break the hold of Jake Myers. Comes very close to the 1st down marker.
Jake Myers on the tackle for the Highclimbers. Moves the ball up to the
Can I get another measurement?
Looks like it's a first
nope, it's a 1st down. 1st and 10 for the T-Birds with 1:11 to go here in the half. They'll wind that clock. Same formation with an empty backfield. Burnett back to pass. Gonna throw to the far side, and Lewis incomplete. It'll be 2nd down coming. Okay, so I'm trying to track here. I guess they've been calling him Burnett, but it looks like it's Farmer. Jalen Farmer is the QB. Boy. We should keep these things right. All right, so 2nd and 10 from the 44 for Farmer and company. Let's see, Jalen Farmer, 6 feet. There we go, he is a junior. Same formation. 3 to the far, 2 to the near, back to pass goes Farmer, he'll throw, same play, overthrow is incomplete. This time intended for Kavar.
Kavar is incomplete.
That brings up 3rd down. Under a minute, 53 seconds to go in the half. Rain is picked up a bit. Blown in from the south. Farmer with the same formation as he's had pretty much in the whole thing. And the man in motion was Lewis. He'll play action to him. Have a guy there. Nice defense, knocked away at the last second by Noah Banu. Intended for Roar. So that'll be 4th down for the T-Birds. 4th and 10 at the 44. And the rain is picked up and the wind is swirling through the stands. It's coming out of the south and coming back towards us here. Coming through the stands like a wind tunnel here as the rain is picked up. Kenyon is back at about his 35. Actually, no, that's not Kenyon. It's Jake Myers, number 32, is back about 35 to receive this punt. That one's a wobbler that'll hit at the 25 and take another T-bird roll down to the 10-yard line, and it'll be down there. So the Highclimbers will take over on their own 10. Boy, the wind is really kind of got a little bite to it.
Just shy of a 50-yard kick there. There's been some great kicks.
So 39 ticks to go here in the half. 1st and 10 for Shelton on their own 10-yard line. Meyer will send 3 receivers. Nope, it'll only be 2. Actually, they're going to call it the 8. So Meyer will go under center out of the eye. Looks like Kenyon is at the eye. No, he'll just take a knee. Get into the locker room with a 6-point lead, something the Highclimbers have not had at half is a lead this season. Another knee.
With a few seconds remaining, the Highclimbers will take a knee, and that'll bring us into halftime here.
And that will pretty much do it for the half. So we head to the half with Shelton up 6-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show in just a moment. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
If you're interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Monday you can watch the Shelton City Commission. These live broadcasts air at 6 p.m. on the first and third Monday of each month and at 2 p.m. on the other Mondays. However, you can watch the City Commissioners online at your leisure or tune into a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only place to find this type of in-depth coverage.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
And we're back here at Highclimber Stadium. Halftime score, 6-0 Shelton. The cheerleaders are about ready to perform for us here in the Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show. Again, the halftime score, Shelton 6, Mount Tahoma nothing. Let's hopefully get some music going here. Having some trouble with the sound. See if we can't lighten up the picture a little bit.
We got our tech guy up here, checking it out.
While they work on the technical difficulties here at the Highclimber Stadium, we have a couple of things to pass along to you. Take a, it's halftime here. Shelton leading 6-0. In the latest Associated Press high school football rankings, Timberline remains the only South Sound Conference team on the 3A poll. Blazers stayed to number 7 after taking the SSC title for the second year in a row last week. This week, Mount Tahoma, or I'm sorry, Timberline host Stadium in the first round of the playoffs, and that's tomorrow night. What else is on the schedule tonight? Yeah, here we go with our, well, maybe. Capital is facing Wilson at Stadium Bowl tomorrow night. On the playoffs, Gig Harbor's at Edmonds Woodway. Bonnie Lake is at Central Kitsap. Snohomish is at Peninsula. Yelm travels to Bethel. That's the playoffs all tomorrow night, and then Stadium at the Timberline at South Sound Stadium at 8 o'clock tomorrow night if you're interested in heading out there. That's the playoff situation. I also like to throw out here that as for Mason County teams, tomorrow night North Mason wraps up its season at Clover Park, and Saturday Merriam Knight takes on Tacoma Baptist at Curtis High School in the Class 1B Quad District football playoffs. Both those games kick off at 7 o'clock. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will be on hand for the Merriam Knight Tacoma Baptist game. Kickoff again 7 o'clock. Start the pregame probably around 6:50, depending on how things go. And we're still waiting for this music to start. These young ladies have got to be cold because I'm cold standing here, and they're wearing the little cheerleading outfits. So I think we will take another time out, and we'll be back hopefully with a performance here at halftime. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
I don't think these ladies can hear it.
Okay, we'll restart. I think we got it figured out.
Let's hope so. There we go. Quite a hand for waiting around for that. It's very cold out there, and the little roll there in the water, the wet track. Well, they won't find me doing that. All right. What else can we talk about here? I'm not quite sure that we have everything in order. Let's see here. Halftime again at Highclimbers Stadium, 6-0 Shelton. about 7 minutes or so away from getting the third quarter underway. I don't know if we have a dance team coming out or not. Band is going to perform from the stands. And we'll take another timeout. This is the Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show on Mason Web TV. Wait a minute. Well, hold on. No, we're just announcing the band here. So we'll be right back. This is Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
If you are interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Monday you can watch the Shelton City Commission, while you can catch the Mason County Commission every Tuesday. These are live broadcasts, but you can also watch them online at your leisure or tune into a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, your source for local information.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
And we're back here at Highclimbers Stadium. Halftime score 6-0 Shelton on top of Mount Tahoma in the final game of the season. Just trying to see what else is going to happen here at halftime. I thought that the dance team was going to. No, that was a dance team. Now the cheerleaders are going to perform. So here's your Shelton High School cheerleader. Veterans Day coming up. Let's enjoy this one. Hopefully this one will be more efficient.
Okay, ladies, your music is on.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say. today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless
Nice performance.
Thank you, SHS cheerleaders. What a great start.
All right, so that's where we stand here in the Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show. 6-0. Highclimbers on top of Mount Tahoma when we return to action in a few minutes at Highclimber Stadium. We'll take another time out there, and we'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
You've seen the sign, keep right except to pass, but did you know it's the law? Camping out in the left lane makes you a slow-moving safety hazard. Moving to the right improves emergency response time and helps reduce collisions and traffic jams. Allowing faster-moving traffic to pass is always the best choice. Use the left lane to pass slower-moving or merging traffic, then return to your lane. Remember, keep right except to pass.
If you are interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Tuesday, you can watch the Mason County Commission. These live broadcasts air at 9 a.m., except on the fourth Tuesday of a month when the County Commission meets at 6 p.m. You can also watch the County Commissioners online at your leisure or tune into a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only place to find this type of in-depth coverage.
Oh, we're back here at Highclimber Stadium. The Shelton Highclimbers are out there, and there's 2.5 minutes to go on the clock. Highclimbers have been out for probably 5 minutes or so or more. Mount Tahoma has yet to come out of the locker room. They trail by 6, the T-Birds do. So it's 6-0, something the Highclimbers have the lead at half, something I don't believe they've had all season. If they did have a lead, it would have been at would have been in the Mason County Cup. But a flag has been thrown because Mount Tahoma is not on the field. That is a penalty because they're under 2 minutes now, and this is the extra time that they put on. Put 15 minutes on the clock for halftime, and then when both teams come out and the referees come out, they add another 3. And Mount Tahoma has yet to come out of the locker room. So a penalty flag has been thrown, and we're about ready to get the third quarter underway. As you have to remember, back in the Highclimbers day to win the toss and they've heard, so they will get the ball. They have a 6-point lead at this point. Here comes Mount Tahoma. Players have just come onto the field, and it'll be, I believe it's called it's an unsportsmanlike penalty on Mount Tahoma. I'm not sure if this is 5 or 15 yards. We'll find out when they tee it up, when we're going to get to that here shortly. And we will take another timeout. We'll be back with hopefully the kickoff of the third quarter. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
the living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Well, it is a 15-yard penalty, and that means that the T-Birds will be kicking off from their 25. Is that right? Yeah, 25. So that should give Highclimbers excellent field position. As we're all ready to go here for the third quarter, Shelton up 6-0 on the T-Birds. Highclimbers looking for their first win of the season. T-Birds, we haven't won since their opening week. So a good battle here at 6-0. Highclimbers scored on their first possession. They went 68 yards, and Evan Rhodes punched it in from 3 yards out to get the Highclimbers up. 6-0. So we'll march out the penalty.
So that delay of game penalty
is a delay of game, unsportsmanlike and delay of game actually. We'll move the ball back to the 25, and that is where Mount Tahoma will be kicking off. Jason Kenyon hanging around in between his 20 and 25 because Fuega has quite a leg on him.
Looks like Sammy Aguilar will be
I guess it's a new kicker. Let's see, number 15.
Kenyon's still back deep for the Highclimbers.
Sammy Aguilar will be doing the kicking for Mount Tahoma. There's a run up and the kick. It's a line drive kick that'll be stopped up at the 35 and picked up by Bourne, I believe. Anthony Bourne will fight his way to the 43. 43-44.
Anthony Bourne feels that kickoff and got bumped around a little bit, but he picked it up.
And they'll make it the 44. First and 10 for Shelton and there as the rain starts to come down even harder now.
First and 10, balls at the 44-yard line.
Trevor Meyer still the QB. He'll send Coots and Colmanson wide to the far side. Bourne will come wide to the near side. He'll go out of the gun. And JJ Akiwa Torres is the back beside him. Hand off to JJ. JJ will cut it up the middle and fight for a couple yards.
JJ Akiwa takes the handoff. Gains about
give him a yard and a half.
Second down and 8 yards.
Second and a short 8 along 9.
The 45-yard line.
So it looks like Troy Goodwin is in the lineup at the dot of the I. JJ Akiwa Torres is the man in front of him. Two receivers near side, one to the far side. Blitz coming, pitch to Goodwin. Goodwin cuts it up the numbers, balance and bangs, body crosses the 45. Or sorry, crosses 50, and that's 5-yard pickup. And third down coming.
About 5 yards there.
It's like 3rd and 4 at midfield.
That'll bring 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Ball is right at midfield.
Colbinson and let's see, looks like John Paul Lester come wide near side. I think that's Coots on the far side, out of the I again. Goes Meyer. Goodwin at the dot of the I. Akiwa, the up man, hand off to Goodwin. Caught in the backfield. Finds his way back to the line of scrimmage. Good penetration there by Ciolo. And that brings up 4th down at midfield.
Still 4 yards to go. Ball's at the equator.
Now Sancha on to punt it away.
Sancha on to kick for the Highclimbers. Back deep is Trevino Lewis.
And Lewis will trot back about his 25 or so. He'll be joined by Kavar. There's the snap and a little pressure. I think somebody might have got a hand on that, but it's a high kick that'll hit and take a T-bird bounce, and will be down, just outside the 40.
Pretty good rush there by Mount Tahoma. Del Sanchez kick.
So Mount Tahoma will take over on their own 41.
First and 10. They're on their own 41-yard line.
9:44 to go, third quarter, 6-0 Shelton with the lead. Mount Tahoma comes out, and they have their first possession of the second half. It's like Farmer still in at quarterback.
Farmer still quarterback for Mount Tahoma.
And let's see here. Trevino Lewis will be the back behind him. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Hand off to Lewis. Lewis, little speedy guy, will be spun down near the midfield mark by Cody Hall with that tackle to the 49. 8-yard pickup.
It'll be second down and 3 yards to go. Ball will be placed right about the 49-yard line of Mount Tahoma.
I guess he started at the 42. So second and 3. From the 49. Farm will go out of the pistol. Same formation. 3 receivers far side, 1 near side. A little mix up on the handoff as Lewis went to Farmer's right, and Farmer was trying to hand it off to the left, and then down he goes. JJ Akiwa with the sack there, and looks like a loss of a couple. Put the ball to 47. Brings up third and 5.
6 yards to go.
Under 8.5 to go here at third quarter. 6-0 Shelton. Mount Tahoma has the ball. Their first possession of the third quarter. And we have a delay of game, I believe. Yep, delay of game, so that'll march them back 5.
Delay game against the Thunderbirds. That'll move the ball back 5
So
yards.
that'll be a third and 10.
Third and about 10 yards to go. Just shy of that.
Back where they started this possession. Same formation. Trevino Lewis. Back to pass goes Farmer. He'll dump it off to Lewis. Lewis will not escape Rhodes, although he tried. And it is complete but short of the first down and across the 45, 46. So brings up 4th and 6.
Bring up 4th down for the Thunderbirds.
7:45 to go, third quarter. 6-0 Shelton on top. Mount Tahoma with the ball. And a 4th down. And what do we have here? We have a timeout by Mount Tahoma, so we'll take it. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. We'll be right back.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Well, it's a 4th down and 5 for the Mount Tahoma T-Birds. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line. Here come the Highclimbers coming off the sideline. It's after the timeout for the T-Birds. Farmer will send 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Lewis is the guy behind him. Out of the pistol he'll go. Snap, back to pass, looking to the far side. They'll dump it off for a screen and bobbled incomplete. And over on downs it'll go. That was Kibar, I believe, with the bobble. Started running without the ball. So the Highclimbers get the ball back in T-Bird territory. 1st and 10 for Shelton and company. 7:27 to go, third quarter. Rain's starting to fall a little bit harder. And the wind is starting to blow. Interesting. Do I have my other mic on? I don't know. Under center will go Meyer out of the eye. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Hand off to Kenyon. Kenyon just swallowed under by white jerseys after he got the snap. Ball at the 49, a loss of 3. 2nd and 13 coming.
Jason Kenyon was the ball carrier, and it's about a 3-yard loss.
Rhodes in, Kenyon out.
13 yards to go. Ball's at the Thunderbirds' 49-yard line.
Akiwa Torres is the fullback. Rhodes at the dot of the I. Meyer under center. 2 receivers far side, or in near side, excuse me. 1 to the far side. Little play action on the rollout is Meyer. Meyer on the keeper. Nice block by Akiwa. And runs out of bounds inside the 40. Call it a 38. 11-yard pickup. A couple yards short of the first down. 3rd down coming, 3rd and it looks like 2.
So giving them about 12 yards on that play, maybe 11 yards. It'll be 3rd down for the Highclimbers.
So 3rd down and 2 from the 38. Out of the aisle, goal Meyer. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Goodwin back in there at the dot of the I. Akiwa, the fullback. Pitch to Goodwin. To cut it up, the numbers. Got some running room, reverses his field to the 30. Stutter steps along the sideline, steps out of bounds inside the 30 at the 28. 10-yard pickup for Goodwin.
For a nice game. That'll make a 1st down for the Highclimbers. He advanced all the way to the
6:06 to go, 3rd quarter. Highclimbers with the lead and the ball at the Mount Tahoma 28. Rhodes will go wide to the far side. Colbin's in wide to the near side. Goodwin at the dot of the I. Meyer under center. Akiwa Torres, nice block, freeing up Goodwin. Goodwin slipping some tackles, slipping the 3rd tackle, still on his feet, powering his way near the 15 before he spun down. Should be enough for a 1st down.
Goodwin with a nice run up the center there.
So a couple of back-to-back 1st down runs.
Looked like Nick Mayaba there leading the tackle for the Thunderbirds.
At the 15 are the Highclimbers with the 1st and 10. Under 6 minutes to go.
For the Thunderbirds' 15-yard line.
Meyer goes under center. Everybody's offset to the left. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Meyer pitches it to Goodwin. Goodwin cutting it up the middle, and he runs into a pile, and a flag goes flying. Don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
That was Goodwin again with a run up the middle, trying to cut back, but we do have a flag on the play.
See what this penalty is all about. It is a hold on the defense. Wind comes in out of the south, blowing across. It's just cold. It's a cold wind. 1 flag is on. It's just actually blowing on this side of the field. It's kind of weird.
I gotta say, cheerleaders, love your spirit. It's cold out there, so great job, ladies. Toughing it out, and also the band, you guys toughen it out. It's pretty cold in these conditions to cheer and play an
So
instrument.
an illegal use of the hands on the T-Birds, and that will be half the distance.
Move the ball to the Thunderbird 8-yard
To the
line.
8 is where they'll
Still 1st down for the Highclimbers.
spot the ball.
3 yards
1st
to go.
and just a couple from the 8. Wind's blowing, and I apologize. Same formation. Hand off to Goodwin, straight up the middle. He's trying to power his way to the 5. He might have gotten enough to get the first down. Very, very close.
Up the middle, looked like number 66, Cameron Jackson. First to get there.
That'll be second down in about inches at the 5.
Second down and a few inches to go.
5 minutes to go here, third quarter. Meyer will go under center, and the single setback behind him, it looks like it's going to be J.J. Akiwa Torres. Little pass, and it was intended for Rhodes, and I think that was a little bit of a miscommunication as Meyer was looking outside for the post, and Rhodes cut inside. Incomplete. Is it fourth and inches? Third and inches, yes. Third and inches for the Highclimbers. Spot the ball just outside the 5-yard line. Oh, we have another penalty on the T-Birds. Boy. Interesting. That'll be another half the distance, but that should give it a first and goal from the 3 then.
That'll move it half the distance to the goal, and it'll be a first down for the Highclimbers. First and
That's
goal.
sportsmanlike conduct. So it's first and the goal from the 3 for the Highclimbers. 4 minutes, 34 seconds to go, third quarter, 6-0. Shelton on top, and they're threatening on the 3-yard line. Coots goes wide to the far side. It is Bourne and Colbinson on the near side and out of the eye. Will go Meyer under center. Hand off to Goodwin. Goodwin powers his way near the goal line. And touchdown. Troy Goodwin with a touchdown. So Troy Goodwin gets into the end zone. 4:28 to go in the third. And it is now 12-0. Looks like the Highclimbers are going to go for 2. His Rose will be at the dot of the I. Akiwa Torres, the fullback, 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Myers under center. Handoff, nope. There's a little bit of a mistake or a broken play, and Rhodes is trying to make something out of nothing. A flag is thrown as he's run out of bounds about the 2-yard line on this 2-point conversion. But there's a flag, and likely he's going to be a hold. Yep, it is. Illegal use of the hands on the Highclimbers. And I'm sure they will decline the penalty, and the Highclimbers have a 12-0 lead. Let's just keep it here and find out. Yep, they'll refuse that penalty. So the 2-point conversion failed, and the Highclimbers lead 12-0. We'll be right back. This is Mesa Web TV, powered by HCC.
Vehicle collisions are the #1 killer of teens in the U.S., taking 8 young lives every day. And speeding is a factor in more than half of teen fatal car crashes, but we can prevent these tragedies. Talk with your teen about staying safe behind the wheel. Remind them to follow the speed limit and adjust their driving for road conditions. Keep the conversation going and be the driver you want your teen to be. It's not just good parenting, it's a matter of life or death.
Well, we're back here waiting for the kickoff. 4:28 to go, third quarter, 12-0. Shelton on top after running 46 yards to extend their lead. Del Sancho has it teed up at the 40. Kick it back to the T-Birds. And here we go. There's a run up and the kick high, end over end. It's going to drive Lewis back to the 15. He'll go up to the 25, to the 30, runs into his own player, Still on his feet, and then he's knocked down at the 32.
About a 16-yard return there by Lewis. Jake Myers on the tackle for the Highclimbers.
They'll spot the ball at the 32.
First and 10, the Thunderbirds will take over. Looks like they're starting from their 32-yard line.
The first and 10 for Mount Tahoma. This will be their second possession of the ball game, or of the half, I should say. Third quarter. Farmer trying to get everybody riled up out of the pistol. Same formation as he's been in most of the night. Handoff goes to Lewis. Lewis dances his way to the 35. Oh, good. We've got a nice little heater for So do 35. Call a 3-yard pickup, second down and 7.
3 yards. It'll be second down and 7. Ball's just inside the 35-yard line.
3:50 to go here in the third quarter. 12-0. Shelton. Mount Tahoma with the ball. Shelton went to the lead. 3 receivers far side. Farmer throws into the middle, incomplete. Third down coming. Third and 7.
Incomplete. That'll bring up third down. Still 7 yards to go.
There's a nice little propane heater going on here. Kind of takes the edge off. I'd like to know who gave it to us, but that's nice. .339 to go, third quarter. Third down and 7 for the T-Birds. Out of the pistol will go Farmer. Same formation with those 3 receivers far side. Back to pass he goes. He's looking for Lewis, but he'll throw it. Complete. Nope, it's knocked away by Rhodes at the last minute, I believe. Was it complete or not? Didn't look like it was complete. Nope, it was knocked away by Rhodes. It brings up fourth down. Spot the ball is at the 35. And it looks like Farmer's out there. I think they're going to go for it. No, maybe not. Here comes Fuega to boot it back to the Highclimbers.
Fuega back to kick for Mount Tahoma.
Jake Myers is going to stand around the 45. Got the Highclimbers on the rush, and it's another beautiful kick that'll hit at the 30 or the 28 and roll down inside the 20 to the 18.
That ball's down at the 18-yard line, but we do have a flag on the
we have a roughing the kicker. Oh, no.
It is a roughing the kicker penalty against the Highclimbers.
So it looks like Mount Tahoma will keep possession. On the penalty of roughing the kicker. That should give them enough for the first down off the penalty. And it does. So bring the ball up. Let's see here. Should be about the 50. So first down on the penalty, and then the Thunderbirds will get the ball at midfield with first and 10. 3:22 to go here, third quarter. 12-0. Shelton on top. The T-Birds have the ball. Their second possession of the second half. Farmer will send 2 receivers on each side. Go out of the pistol and hand it off to Lewis. Lewis, a little quick little cut there. Out of the handoff, gets inside the 45 to about the 43. The 7-yard pickup.
Looked like Cody Hall was one of the leading tacklers there.
So second and 3 for Mount Tahoma. Rain has stopped. No rain falling at the moment. Still cold. Still very, very cold. So Farmer back to the two receivers on each side. Handoff again to Lewis. Lewis squirts through the first down and gets into the secondary. Stumbling his way inside the 35. Called to 34. 9-yard pickup and another first down. And the T-Birds all of a sudden are rolling when rain stops. .220 and counting. Pistol formation, two receivers on each side. Same play as last time. This time the Highclimbers stop Lewis for no gain, it looks like.
That's Lewis on
Yeah,
the carry.
Kiwa Torres, one of the guys there. And Wyatt Free, I believe. Let me see here. Yeah, Wyatt Free also in there. On the tackle, 2nd and 10. Ball just inside the 35 of the Highclimbers. Minute 45 and counting on that clock. Third quarter, 12-0. Shelton on top. T-Birds trying to get something going here, because they really haven't gotten very close in this ball game. Roar in motion, little play action to him. Ball's free, and it bounced right back into Farmer's hands. What a break for the T-Birds, but a loss of 10 on the play. So brings up 3rd and 20.
Tankersley and Free in the backfield there, knocking the quarterback down for a loss.
So 3rd and 20 coming for the T-Birds.
Loss of about 10 yards. Will be 3rd down and 20 yards to
Ball
go.
back at the 44.
Put the ball at the Highclimber 40-yard line.
Approaching 50 seconds to go, third quarter. Seems like the same formation. Farmer with the snap out of the pistol. Looking in the middle, he's going to throw. Got a guy there, knocking away the last minute. Colbinson, but they're going to get him with a penalty on that one. Wow. Get pass interference on the Highclimbers.
Pass for Farmer intended for number 83, McIntosh.
McIntosh was the intended target.
Looks like a pass interference penalty.
Yeah, it'll be pass interference on the Highclimbers.
Against the Highclimbers.
It's not a spot foul, it's 15 yards. 35 seconds to go, third quarter, 12-0. Shelton on top. Mount Tahoma with the ball and a penalty on the Highclimbers. It was third down, or was it second down and 20. And I don't think the 15 yards will put it at the 30.
15-yard penalty will move the ball just inside that 30-yard line, maybe the 29.
And it'll be third down and about 5, maybe 6 for Mount Tahoma. It's like about 6, and ball spotted at the 29. Need to get to the 24, so it's 3rd and 5. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Rar in the motion, handoff to Lewis, who slipped just after he got the handoff. And no gain there. So 4th down coming.
No gain on the play. So still 5 yards to go.
So 4th down and 5 for Mount Tahoma. Ball spotted between the 29 and 30 of the Highclimbers. And that'll do it for the third quarter. So 12-0, we head to the final 12 minutes of this ball game on a cold night at Highclimber Stadium. We'll be right back. This is Mesa Web TV, powered by HCC.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
So we head to the fourth final 12 minutes of this ball game. And it'll be a 4th and 5 from the 29 for Mount Tahoma. That's the Shelton 29.
All right, here we go. We're set for the fourth quarter.
Started this drive back on their own 32. See if the Highclimbers can hold here.
Just inside the 30-yard line.
Or will the T-Birds move a little further in down the field than they have. I don't think they've penetrated this far throughout the game. Rar is the man in motion. Back to pass goes Farmer, looking in the middle, throwing. Intercepted, nope, almost. Jason Kenyon deflected that, and over on downs it goes. Shelton will have the ball on the 29. 11:54 to go in the ball game. Shelton gets the ball back with 1st and 10. On their own 29. Quick little. You know what? I think this is the, nope, not the worst starting starting line, starting yard line for the Highclimbers. And we have a timeout. Timeout by Shelton. So we'll step aside. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
While we have this timeout, I want to give a shout out to our girls.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Well, 11:54 to go here in the ball game. 12-0. Shelton with the lead and the ball. They'll start out with the 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. Aside from the 8-yard line start that they had at the end of the half, just before the end of the half, this is the worst starting line, yard line the Highclimbers have had. Meyer will go out of the gun. He has 2 receivers on each side. Man in motion, that's Rhodes. Hand off to him on the sweep. Oh, stopped in a good penetration and arm tackle by Ciolo. Loss on the play of about 4.
On the play for the Highclimbers.
Back to the 25. So 2nd and about 14 for Shelton.
Starting from their own 24-yard line.
Coots come wide to the near side. Bourne and Colvinson wide to the far side. Oh, got 2 to the near side as J.J. Akiwa Torres is the man in motion. Hand off to Rhodes. Rhodes squirts up to the 30. Across the 30, maybe the 31.
That's Evan Rhodes on the carry. Gets back that 5 and then some. Sonny Teo on the
60 yards on the carry. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 9.
3rd down and 8 yards to go for the Highclimbers.
On 32, so it's 3rd and 8. Under center will go Meyer. Goodwin at the end. He'll take the pitch. Wait for his blocks, and he's pulled down. The loss on the play there. Good penetration and a nice tackle by Todiza Fuega. And that'll be 4th down quickly. Ball back to the 30. Loss of a couple. Della Sancha on to boot it back. And the man back there is going to be Zion Harris and Lewis. Low line drive punt that Harris will bobble. Ball's free. I think Harris fell on it near the 37.
Kickoff batted around a bit, but recovered by Zion Harris.
So the T-Birds will start out on their own 38-yard line.
Looks like they're on their own 38-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
9:56 to go here in the ball game. 12-0 Shelton. Now Tahoma, another attempt. To put some points on the board. Harris and McIntosh wide to this near side, along with, it looks like, Kavar. Out of the pistol will go Farmer. Pitch to Lewis. Lewis still on his feet. He's just making people miss. That little guy can run. Got back maybe to the line of scrimmage. Might have squeaked out a yard or two. Depends on where they spawn it. Looks like it's going to be 39, so a 1-yard pickup there. 2nd and 9. 9.5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Farmer will send 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. That is Kamar. He'll go out of the pistol. That's Lewis behind him. No, it's a new back. Hand off to him. This is 33, I believe, on the carry. Isaiah Chun. Yeah, number 33. My sheet says Isaiah Chun. He'll get up to the 46. And brings up 3rd down on 2.
Tackle for the Highclimbers. 3rd down, a little under 3 yards to go.
Chown.
Ball's at the 46-yard line.
Same formation. Blitz coming. High snap. Hand off to Chown. Chown will be tackled by Meyer, but pulled up near the 50. That'll be a 1st down for the T-Birds.
Trevor Meyer on the tackle there for the Highclimbers.
8:27 to go in the ball game. Actually make it 49. 3-yard pickup needed 2. Rain has started to fall again. Kavar will come wide to the near side. 3 receivers far side. The farthest receiver is Harris. Out of the pistol again. Another handoff to Chown. Chown driven back, lost about a yard there. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. I guess they're going to call it no gain. 7:45 and counting.
Wyatt Free led that tackle there. No gain on that play, so it's 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
So 2nd and 10 coming for Mount Tahoma. Looks like, let's see here. Lewis is back in there. Got a little bit of rest there. 3 receivers far side, 1 on the near side. Farmer's going to go to the far side. Got a guy there. It's complete to McIntosh. Inside the 30, or right at the 30. Nope, looks like the inside the 30. And that's a 22-yard pickup to the 29.
1st down for the Thunderbirds.
Rain just kind of falling lightly now. It's 1st and 10 for T-Birds. 7:05 and counting on the game clock. 1st and 10. High snap, handoff goes to, nope, it's Farmer's going to keep it on the read option. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like Tankersley with the tackle there. Might have got a yard out of it. Looks like he does. So 2nd and 9 coming from the 28.
About a yard gain, so the ball's placed about the 38-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
.625 and counting. Empty backfield for Farmer. He's got 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Man in motion, that'll be Lewis. He'll take the handoff, cut it up the middle, get to the 25 where he's pushed back. 3-yard pickup there.
Lewis on the carry.
Be 3rd and what, about 6? Everybody's just trying to cuddle up and be warm here. Looks like it might be 3rd and 7. Call the 26. Again, at an empty backfield for Farmer. He's looking to the far side. He's going to throw. Knocked away by Colvinson. Nice defense. Brings up 4th down. 5:25 to go in the ball game. Shelton has a 12-0 lead. Mount Tahoma has a 4th and 6 from the 26. Mount Tahoma trying to put some points on the board here late. Final game of the season for both these teams. Empty backfield again for Farmer. 3 receivers on this near side. Lewis is in the slot on the far side. Looking for Lewis. He's going to step up. He's going to throw it deep. Nice catch. Sliding. Did he get in? No, he did not. He got it just inside the, or actually near the goal line. So 1st and goal from about the 2. 24-yard pickup on that pass, but there's a flag on the play. I think it's going to be pass interference on the Highclimbers, as the defender didn't turn around, just kind of waved his arms, and no, I could say a hold in the Highclimbers.
Holding call against the Highclimbers.
You know, is that, I think you can take the play and then decline the penalty. 1st and goal from the 2. I think we'll half the distance on this one. So it should put it on the 1.
Penalty is declined there.
Oh, they're going to decline it. Okay. So they're going to keep decline the penalty and keep the ball on the, they're going to call it the 3. 1st and goal from there.
Looks like it's around the 2-yard line from up here.
2 or 3. Out of the eye. Actually, no, this is the full house backfield. Handoff to Lewis. Lewis will run into the end zone, and the T-Birds finally get on the board.
Scampers in the end zone for 6 points for the Mount Tahoma Thunderbirds.
And 5:16 to go in the ball game. And the T-Birds are on the board, making it 12-6 now. And it looks like it'll be a holder here. Farmer's going to be the holder. Kicker is Sammy Aguilar. Kick the point after.
Sammy Aguilar would attempt the extra point.
So waiting for the snap. There it is, spot, kick. It's short, but I think it goes through. Does it? It does. So the T-Birds get on the board. 5:16 to go in the ball game. It's 12-7. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. We'll be right back.
Emerging science indicates access to high-speed internet during the school years can lead to positive outcomes, including, but not limited to, streamlined acquisition of data, academic achievement, career advancement, satisfying relationships, cuter children, joy. Our scientific conclusion? Call now and get the HCC Internet and Voice Bundle for the everyday low price of $44.95. Call today and save.
5:16 to go here in the ball game. Mount Tahoma T-Birds finally get on the board. Put some points on the board here, making it 12-7. T-Birds are going to kick it back to the Highclimbers. This will be the first kickoff, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is their first kickoff. No, their second. I'm sorry, their second kickoff because they kicked to start the third quarter. Now tracking. So they'll kick it from the 40. Aguilar will do the duty. It's like Jason Kenyon is back deep for the Highclimbers, standing about the 15-yard line.
Kenyon back deep for the Highclimbers, standing on the 15-yard line, and here we go.
Can we expect an onside kick? I don't know. Anything can happen. Here's a run up, and it is an onside kick. The ball's free, and the T-Birds get it. They hit a Highclimber and went to the T-Bird side, but the T-Bird player did fall on it, and it'll be first and 10. I think Aguilar is the guy who fell on it, possibly. So Mount Tahoma will start out on their own 47 after the onside kick. Recovery. So the defense back out there for the Highclimbers. And Mount Tahoma looking to possibly tie, but they've got 53 yards to go. Looks like full house backfield, and off to Lewis. Lewis has two blockers in front of him, and he gets across the 50 to about the 49 of the Highclimbers.
Lewis takes the ball up the middle.
A 4-yard gain.
Jake Myers on the stop for the Highclimbers.
Different formation when they really want to move the, obviously when they really want to move the ball on the ground, they're going to grind it out and put three backs in behind Farmer, who goes under center. Let's see if they do it again. It looks like they're going to do it again. A receiver on each side. They're all stacked up. And off again to Lewis. Lewis looking to the outside. Going to get the first down, run out of bounds about the 40. 9-yard pickup. Maybe even 10.
Lewis takes it around the end. Jake Myers
So the 39.
bounds.
This is a very effective play that we've seen. This will be the third time that the T-Birds have used this. Three backs in the backfield. Actually, they're going to make it the 40, so it's just enough for the first down. So again, they'll go with the three backs behind Farmer. 4.5 minutes to go in the ballgame. Lewis again, the ball carrier. He's going to dive for near the 35. Depending on the spot, make it to 36 and a 4-yard pickup.
Dives up for close to 5 yards. Takers lead on the
Second down and 6 coming. And the rain has stopped here. Highclimbers got to figure out how to stop this formation that they've seen consecutively, and they haven't been able to stop it yet. And here they go back to that formation. Three backs behind Farmer under center and a receiver on each side. Here come the Highclimbers, and we've got flags flying before the play could develop. 3:54 to go, and offsides on the T-Birds. So march it back 5 yards to the 41. Very rare do you see an offsides on an offensive play. Nobody really got set. The Highclimbers are going to blitz the middle there. And it'll be 2nd and 10 now, actually 11, closer to 11 than 10. Ball back at the 41. Approaching 3:40 to go in the ball game. Shelton with the lead, 12-7. T-Birds trying to strike again. Lewis, nice defense. Cody Hall, the first guy there, stopped him right at the point of the handoff, and another loss on the play. And that'll be back at the 42. 43 actually. So 3rd and 13. T-Birds need to get to the 30 for the first down, just inside the 30. 3 minutes, 5 seconds, and counting on the clock. Gonna stay with this formation of 3 backs in the backfield. Yeah, it looks like it. Receivers on each side. Highclimbers are gonna back off. Back to pass goes Farmer. He's gonna throw it long. And incomplete, it falls. 4th down coming. Right idea. I kind of thought it was coming myself for the pass.
That pass was intended for Harris, incomplete. Colson and Myers.
So 4th and 13 coming at the 42, 43 yard line for the T-Birds. Rain has started to fall again. And I think we're going to have a timeout. Or do we have another flag on the play? I guess it's a flag. It is another warning on the sideline. Interesting. Nope, they already had a warning earlier, so that's going to march off 5 yards. They make it 4th and 18. Ball back at the 48. And a timeout has been called. So we'll take it. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
If you are interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Tuesday, you can watch the Mason County Commission. These live broadcasts air at 9 a.m., except on the 4th Tuesday of a month when the County Commission meets at 6 p.m. You can also watch the County Commissioners online at your leisure or tune into a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only place to find this type of in-depth coverage.
2:43 to go in the ball game. 4th and 18 for the Mount Tahoma T-Birds. It looks like the T-Birds are going to punt it back to the Highclimbers as they recovered an onside kick after scoring their first touchdown of the ball game about 3 minutes ago. 2.5. Oh, it's going to be a fake. It's not going to be a punt. Then Farmer's going to go long and overthrow the intended target of Kavar. I thought it was a punt, and it was a 4th down. And that'll be over on downs. Highclimbers have a 12-7 lead with 2:36 to go in the ball game, and they get the ball on the 48-yard line. I'd expect them to grind them out on a couple of handoffs, try and take this 2:36 to go in the ball game. Highclimbers are huddled up about 20 yards behind where the line of scrimmage is. So here they come. Coots come wide to the near side. It's like Hughes and Bourne will go wide to the far side. Kenyon at the end of the eye. Akiwa Torres is the fullback. Handoff goes to Kenyon, and he'll get a yard, maybe 2.
Meyer hands off to Kenyon. Gain of about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
Second and 9 at actually the 50. Make it second and 8. Give them 2 on the carry. Rhodes brings in the play from the sideline. Second and 8. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Lester and Rhodes wide to the near side. Bourne and Colvinson wide to the far side, and it's Meyer out of the gun. Rhodes in motion, handoff to him. On the sweep around the outside. No, we had a false start. Yeah, I think we had a false start way before this play even developed. So it'll be second and 14.
That play was blown dead before the start.
Ball back at the 45. The delay game. Okay.
Second down and 14 yards to go.
So second and 14 for Shelton. Ball back at the 45. That's some police activity on the far side outside near the intersection. Actually, it's just this side of the intersection. Anyways, back to the ball game. Out of the gun will go Meyer. He has 2 receivers on each side. And actually, Akiwa Torres will join the third receiver on the far side. Fumble on the snap, and Meyer falls on it. Got it back, well, nearly to the line of scrimmage.
Couple-yard loss.
And I guess we're going to lose 1.
We have a timeout, Mount Tahoma right
And Mount Tahoma will take a timeout, so we'll do the same. 1:29 to go in the ball game. 12-7 is the score. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
1:29 to go in the ball game. Third down and 14 for the Highclimbers. Ball's at the 45-yard line. Meyer out of the gun. 2 receivers on the far side. Rhodes is in motion. He'll take it on the sweep. Almost bobbled. It'll get around the corner. It's going to be stopped short of the 50, about the 49. 5-yard pickup there.
Gains about 5 yards. Tackled there by Santiago for Mount Tahoma.
And it's 4th down with 1:10 and counting. I don't believe the Mount Tahoma can stop the clock. So De La Sancho will be in to punt it back to the T-Birds.
Lewis and Harris are back from Mount Tahoma.
Zion Harris and Trevon Lewis will be back about their 25. And what do we have here? 39 seconds. I think we have a timeout by the Highclimbers. Okay, so we'll step aside, and we'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
39 seconds remain in this ball game. 12-7 is the score. Shelton has the lead, and they have a 4th and about 11 from the 49. And De La Sanchez on to punt it back to the T-Birds. Try to pin them deep. T-Birds have been able to penetrate on the Highclimbers, at least put some rush on and put some pressure on De La Sanchez. Snap on target. De La Sanchez gets it away as a line drive kick. Lewis will let it fall through his fingers, and it'll roll down inside the 5. Ball's free. Highclimbers have it. They're going to scoop it up and run it in, but they have it. It's inside the 5. Oh boy, that was a bad move by Lewis. Highclimbers recover, and the Highclimbers have 27 seconds. They could take a knee and get away with a victory here. So it is first and goal from about the 3. And we have another timeout? I think we do have another timeout. Maybe not. Nope, it is. Okay. So the Highclimbers will have the ball, first and goal, with 27 seconds to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Other TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract. Then you're stuck with years of second-rate service. Hood Canal Communications delivers stunning HD, plus bundled savings on super-fast internet and home phone, with no long-term contracts. It's all backed by an exceptional team of local service professionals. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a contract. Visit hcc.net to learn more.
So I guess the ruling on the field was a touchdown. But that was not what it ended up being. It'll be a T-bird ball up at the 20-yard line. Long pass will be caught out of bounds. It's incomplete. Oh, come on. Yeah, I thought he was going to call it a completed pass. So Mount Tahoma had the ball on the 20. So it'll be 2nd and 10 after all that. You kind of thought that the way I read it, it was a recovered bobbled punt by the Highclimbers, but refereeing crew decided differently, and Mount Tahoma has a ball on their own 20. It's now 2nd and 10 from the 20. Farmer's going to throw over the middle, knocked away, and then a late hit is going to be called on the Highclimbers. But a penalty is going to give them 15 yards with 15 seconds to go in the ball game. They should bring it up to the 35 on the 15-yard late hit penalty on the Highclimbers. Interesting call here late. It was a good defensive play on the Highclimbers, and the receiver just ran into a Highclimber. And what are we going to do here? Wait a minute. Interesting. Yeah, it's got to be up to 35. I don't know why we had to march it off. So we have 15 seconds to go in the ball game. 1st and 10 for Mount Tahoma. Excuse me. On their own 35 now. It's another shot for some yardage for Mount Tahoma as Farmer will go out of the gun. 3 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Back to pass he goes. He's looking to the far side. He's going to throw and overthrow the intended target. It was Lewis, this little speedster. So 9 seconds to go. And it's 2nd and 10 from the 35. A little drama here at the last game of the season for both these teams. Highclimbers trying to pull out the win, the first win of the season. Mount Tahoma trying to make it interesting and get their 2nd win of the season. And they have 9 seconds to go, 65 yards. 2nd and 10. And they are out of timeouts. Farmer will go out of the gun, empty backfield. Probably looking for Lewis. He's in the slot on the far side. Little rush there. He's going to throw, and incomplete as the receiver slipped on the turf. That's Kavar. 5 seconds now. Akiwa Torres had the pressure on Farmer, and it's 3rd and 10 from the 35.
Anderson also going to put a little pressure on that last play. It'll be 3rd down and 10 yards
We have 5 seconds to go in this ball game. Now Tahoma out of timeout. Going to look for a little hook and ladder on this play. 3 receivers far side. Out of the pistol will go Farmer. He's going to throw it and off to Kavar. And they're going to call interference on that play. No time is left on the play, on the clock. There's a flag on the field, however. Extend this, man. They're going to call an pass interference play on the Highclimbers. I didn't see it there. So we'll probably have a one untimed play from about the 50. So this will be the last gasp for the T-Birds at midfield. Gonna put some, make it interesting down to the last. An untimed play, no time on the clock. Out of the pistol will go Farmer. 1st and 10 from midfield. Farmer's gonna dump it off in the middle, and it's intercepted by Goodwin. That'll be the ball game. Okay, so the Shelton Highclimbers pull off the win tonight, get their first win of the season, 12-7 over Mount Tahoma. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back as the team just mobs Goodwin on the INT at the end of the ball game. So we'll be right back. This is Mesa Web TV, powered by HCC.
If you're interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Monday you can watch the Shelton City Commission. These live broadcasts air at 6 p.m. on the first and third Monday of each month and at 2 p.m. on the other Mondays. However, you can watch the City Commissioners online at your leisure or tune into a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only place to find this type of in-depth coverage.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
It's a final at Highclimber Stadium. Shelton Highclimbers pick up their first win of the season, 12-7, knocking off the Mount Tahoma T-Birds in the final game of the season here at Highclimber Stadium. Highclimbers will go 1-9 on the season, and the T-Birds also 1-9. So that wraps up the season for Shelton and Mount Tahoma. Tomorrow night, North Mason wraps up its 2017 season at Clover Park. And on Saturday, Merriam Knight takes on Tacoma Baptist at Curtis High School in the Class 1B Quad District Playoffs. Both games do kickoff at 7 o'clock. Again, we will have that game, the Merriam Knight game, for you on Saturday night at 7. So that does it. I do want to thank Eris, wherever she disappeared to, for running the camera in this cold. And thank you for joining us. Final again, Shelton 12, Mount Tahoma 7. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you on Saturday. And then, of course, you can stick around for basketball season. That's coming up very, very soon. We'll have lots of games for the basketball teams. So again, the final, 12-7, here at Highclimber Stadium. They would have to turn off the clock. Thanks for joining us. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been brought to you by Maple Glen Senior Living, celebrating the art of life, and Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.